Right. Hello. Hello. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Spiritual View. This is your go-to channel for everything spiritual, enlightening, and uplifting. And I'm so glad to see your beautiful faces in the chat. And if you're new, hi, I'm Elizabeth. I'm one of 7 here at the Spiritual View. And this morning we have Jen and Dawn and Angie and Marsha and a lot of good info. And then we'll pull for as many people as we can, and be sure to put your comments, your questions in the comment. And don't forget to go back and watch our Friday live that we did, the special event on eclipses. And please comment for your chance to win a free drawing, which we will pull Friday. So with that in mind, thank you again. Please subscribe if you're new, and come back. We're live again Friday at 6 p.m. So I am just going to turn it over to these beautiful people, starting with Dawn. And another exciting week in astrology. You're muted, baby. There you go.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to point out that yesterday was the fall equinox, and in some astrologers, and I think this is very true, because it's the very beginning of the sign of Libra, which is one of the cardinal signs. And all of the cardinal signs are the beginning of a season, then the day of the equinox kind of is a foretelling, just like a solar return would be, but it's for the next 3 months. So if you take a look at your chart for yesterday and compare it to what the actual planets, the positions of the planets that were out there, then you can see maybe what's going to be happening with you. If there's something that was like a strong conjunction for you, or if there was a nice trine that's going to be helpful energy for you for the end of the year. I think it's just a nice snapshot of the next 3 months until we hit that winter solstice in December. And there's a lot going on, of course, in astrology. This poor fall equinox got ignored pretty much because it's right in, which doesn't happen very often, but it's right in the middle of 2 eclipses. So it's a very strong energy of the eclipse energy coming up. We have our last eclipse in Libra, and that is going to be conjunct Black Moon Lilith. So much energy going forward. It's also near the south node for that eclipse. It's within 4 or 5 degrees. So for me, there's a lot of things coming out, I feel, about where we've handled relationships and the new relationships and the new boundaries that we have going forward. So huge for me that it's going to be, we've had all this learning. People, I feel sorry for the Libra South Node people, just because I know that they've been going through it with all of this energy of releasing. And it's been a painful journey, but anytime you have the South Node going through a sign that has personal planets in it, it is a huge learning experience, and it's only for your highest and greatest good. So anybody else want to say anything? I know I watch Christopher Witecki, I know Marsha does too, about the things that he has said coming up with this new moon energy, and also the solar, equinox, the equinox energy.
Yeah, I had some major downloads in the equinox energy, and from that flowed some really beautiful readings, some huge revelations for myself, some points of release that really felt very good. And Dawn, I'm so excited that you caught him. If anybody is interested in his work, he's actually changed the time of when he does that episode. So I think that more people can catch it. So they're going to play around with the time that they do that. But one of the things that he pointed out that came up for me was that, and I don't want to go too far down a rabbit hole, but I think a lot of empaths, intuitives, and channels, and people who are open to their psychic gifts and feel called to share those gifts out into the world, speak to a time very soon where a light energy will be, I mean, illuminated is the only word I can use. I mean, it's kind of otherworldly, so I don't quite have the words for it, but um, almost like a plasma light energy that, will be shown to us. And that got me down a rabbit hole with some Tesla information on my own personal journey over the weekend. I was having some blocks with working on a private reading, and nothing was working. I could tell there were some triggers in there that I was going to have to face my shadows. And if you guys caught my morning message from today, that reflection of what is in our skeleton, the closets that we try to power over, brush to the side, there was none of that happening for me this weekend. So anyway, I decided to I have a purple Tesla plate, and I use it occasionally. And I set it on that card, and then to have Wateki kind of confirm that energy is just alive right now. And what he spoke to was this beautiful harmonic between the stellium and Libra. I just moved my notes, sorry. We've got the sun coming up at 3 degrees of Libra, which is the I believe, our beliefs. We've got the south node at 6 degrees of Libra, which is, south node is letting go, but letting go how? Letting go to open up and accept. Okay. You have to just be willing to let things go that just need to go. And we've also got in the mix at the 9 degrees. So those Tesla numbers, 369, you've got Black Moon Lilith at 9 degrees. So working through these personal fears, shining a light, and the channels speak to a light that will be seen by those worldwide, so I feel like that time is just the fact that it came through for me that way is confirmation that it's probably coming sooner than I realize. And perhaps over these next couple months, as the eclipses illuminate for us some shocking, interesting truths, right?
Yeah, as you were talking, Marshall, when we were chatting a little earlier and you were saying the 369 with the Tesla plate, it's a popular song. Everybody knows. I got Get Low, get low, get low, get low. And it's like an excavation, like a bulldozer feeling, like digging up. So like you just said, anything that we've been kind of pushing under the rug, it's like, even if you've seen the hump in the rug that it's caused, that's not just gonna disappear on its own. We have to excavate that. And I did write about that yesterday too, in my notes, about like the universal alarm clock is not just sounding, it's blaring. And I was getting the feeling of, when summer ends and you don't want to go back to school. And you're like, no, I don't want to go. Like, you gotta go. There's no getting around it. The alarm's going off. But then when I was also getting, there was several dragons, and like you said, otherworldly creatures coming up in the cards that I pulled for that reading yesterday. And it was like, not only is that universal alarm blaring, but then there's some extra fire being lit under our butt from the dragons that's never come out. So many cards of dragons is lighting the fire under our bum. And I wrote, I hope you have your marshmallows and chocolate and graham crackers because it's going to be excavated. And we can kick and scream all we want, but we're going to school. We're going to school and we're starting this whole new era, and it's going to be we're changing schools. We're leveling up. We're going from high school to college, so to speak. So I thought that was really interesting that came up just from you even talking about it. I'm getting downloads off of you. And then this morning, as I was coming in the door, I noted that there were crows cawing 4 times. And then I was like, oh, what are you saying here? I'm like, 4, okay, emperor energy, leadership. And then I looked, and behind me there was two big fat crows sitting on the roof, and then one crow on a whole nother roof, and just back and forth. They were 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, like, and I'm like, I gotta look that up later. So if crows are a symbol for anyone, for me, those are messages coming in from spirit. And it just kept referring back to this leadership energy of like an ish or get off the pot kind of. The judgment energy is excavating whether we want to go to school or not, we's going. So that's what I was getting there. I don't know about anybody else there.
Well, I was going to share the angel number that I've been getting screamed at me lately is 717. And so I looked up the meaning of that. And we have personal growth and development, a sign of promising developments on the horizon, invest in personal growth, and soul mission, life purpose. So personal growth right here, that's what it's all about. And I mean, like you said, it is screaming at us this top, no matter like where you're looking or how it's coming. And like, I thought it was interesting with Marsha, you weren't even trying to get those information, not for yourself. And it's like, here it is. I'm going to give it to you, whether you want it or not. Here's the message. And I think it's just so creative the way that it brought it through for you through the other people, making you have to say it through your own voice, through your own mouth.
It was
So,
almost
you inspired me.
It was my journey being reflected back to me. It absolutely was. And, just now, Angie, when you were talking about, seeing the lump in the carpet, that reflection card that came out in my reading this morning that I read about just speaks to everybody, take a cold, hard look at yourself, your life, quit stepping over that lump in the carpet. What the hell is under there? And flick and fix it. And have, that's, no one will value you until you do in the small action. So I'm not saying be like Virgo, harsh, bitchy, nitpicky at yourself. Love that inner child, let it come out and have fun. But, just stop the eyes wide shut. That was the term that came out with this card. Walking around with your eyes wide shut. Stop it. And the astrology is giving us an opportunity naturally just to stop doing it.
And think about the Libra symbol. That does look like a lump underneath the carpet. And then wait a minute, what you just said, I got chills all over my body. It was you held up the card of the reflection, and I was thinking, okay, Black Moon Lilith, it looks like a very dark, that's the table flipper. That's where we rebel, right? Rebel all we want. We's going. And then, eyes wide shut, that big ass eye. So crossing energy that I was pulling yesterday, the card on the bottom, eyes wide shut. But do you see the eye there? And it's very prehistoric looking. When I first saw this card, I was like, ooh, I don't know if I like that. But we don't like our shadows. They do scare us. They are the things that go bump in the night. They are the lump in the carpet, so to speak. And I mean, loud. Put on earphones all you want. There is no going la la la, na, don't see it. And then Jen, you said your number was 717, which is a 15. That's the fear. That's the devil energy of fear. And then I woke up at 4:39 and cold November rain. I was never a hairband girl. I only kind of remembered the wedding in the video. But I had to look that up once I woke up this morning. So I'm like, what the hell is that? It was blaring in my head. And it's like nothing lasts forever. And it's like it's relationships that are coming to an end. Like you can feel the strain, right? Like, they see it, you see it, I see it. The lump in the carpet is there, but nobody's talking about it. Well, eyes wide shut. We're going to have to look at it. And 437 is also a 5, or 439 is also a 15, was where I was going with that fear energy coming strong. So, wow, ladies. Wow. Wow. All over my body, chills. This is big. This is big.
Very transformative. I like what you were
woo.
saying. I think it was in Friday about change. How did you word that? You had a different way of looking at change. Was it growth? Growth.
Yes, because so many, you say that word and people bristle. And I, you don't even know you're doing it. And so I've been whispering the word change, and I'm like, change, and let's just change the word change to growth, so that we can, if you're just starting to peel back and peek, okay, it's a step. Roll the carpet a little more each day, get the vacuum out, get the bolt. Some of us need a bulldozer, and that's okay too. And not only that, that sound of the universe is pivotal moments that transcend beliefs. And she also said, it's like, this is, let's see, they remind us of a greater reality and influence us so that life will never be the same. It jolts us back to the core for our own deeper remembering. Eyes wide shut, and that just peeking out, like, I see you, like,
Yeah.
we can't not see it.
Yeah. And
The
Angie,
alarm is sounding.
no, you're so spot on. And Dawn can maybe speak to this. I don't know, but I know there's some Mercury energy coming in this week that also, I mean, just speaks to that, an opportunity to use nicer words. That small change in the words you use with yourself can radically change your perspective and then change your trajectory. Right?
The eyes
Yeah,
wide
because that
shut, what I
changes
just
your
got
energy. Sorry.
was you have to be purposefully not looking. You have to be, I mean, like physically trying to put the blindfolds on right now to not get the messages.
Right.
So,
right.
Are we ready to start pulling? So we're going to be starting with Angie. Are you going to do your dice?
I can. I was wanting to, because I've referred back so much.
Go ahead.
For the upside of our lunar coaster, that card, guys, the sound of the universe, I pulled at the new moon in Virgo. So what you guys were saying about this, the new energy with the new Pisces Virgo nodes, and we were saying at that time that was like a little peek into it, and then now that it's coming out so loud again, and this is going to be the last series of in the eclipse energy here with our next eclipse, the last for another 20 years, with the node near that eclipse. So that's incredible. I want to utilize the energy that we all have together and that our viewers have, because I pulled those energies live, and it was because of everybody's energy here. So I'd like to do that again, because if the viewers want to, if you guys want to comment on it about how, I mean, I saw them show up in every single one of my co-host readings, like all the time, constantly. And it was that column energy. So I'd like to kind of pull on that now and see where we go here. I'm going to start with the September equinox. So we already had pulled on that full moon in Pisces. So let's everybody take a universal breath together. And we are going to ask the universe here. I don't know why I'm feeling a little jittery, a little nervousness in the energy. That September equinox is a sweep. I wrote September sweep. And it was a day of surrender yesterday, which makes today, I haven't even done my notes. Yesterday, surrender, today's a 4-day. The crows for cause. Oh, okay. Thanks, universe. All right, guys, let's see where we go here. Equinox energy, please and thank you, universe. Can we get a card? Let's get 4 cards here, going from The September equinox here, we've got mutable moon energy today with that Gemini. Thank you. The violet flame being the first card out. Cold November rain may have something to do with that. And look at that big eye at the top, you guys. And look how she's holding that knowledge and using it for her own personal growth. This is that awakened eye, that eye looking through. This is that awakened awareness, eyes wide shut. No longer. Now we're harnessing it because we're not scared. So guys, go ahead and excavate. We got to excavate, keep excavating. What about with this third quarter moon here? Third quarter moon energy, please. That's going to be in Cancer energy when we hit 270 degrees from the sun. That's when we stick with old plans or make new plans. Make new friends, but keep the old, I'm hearing. Adjustments are required. What adjustments are needed when the moon is in Cancer at our, thank you. This came out yesterday. Look at the dragons. So this is fire energy, which I find interesting on a Cancer energy day because fire and water make steam. And there's two of these energies looking at each other. Yin and yang, looking directly at the shadow. I don't know if you all are getting messages as I'm holding up this card. So spiritual viewers, this is where you come in too, with what hits are you getting for the cards that we pull for everybody here. Put those in the comments for us if you're getting any hits there. If you can see, look at her at the bottom here. She's in lotus position and crisscross applesauce. Her head is bowed. She's looking inside herself. She's looking underneath the carpet, guys. She's looking underneath the carpet. That is fire, the 15. We just said the 15 energy. Okay. Thank you. Balsamic moon, ending bad habits and relationships. This is a 315 degrees balsamic moon. That will be Sunday, the 29th, back in Virgo energy. Excuse me, that'll be Saturday, the 28th at 315 degrees, 21 degrees Leo. Okay. Final crescendo before the new moon eclipse. New moon in Libra, new romantic cycles begin. What is the final crescendo? It's the final countdown. What is that? You guys know that song? What is that? The final countdown. What's this final countdown, Spirit? Please and thank you. It's okay. 2. All right. Realm Bridger. 41. It's a 5 of change. Ending bad habits and relationships. Hair standing up on my arms. Starseed elemental. So whatever's been kabrewing here, this is the realm bridger. This is the crossover point. And she goes from holding this violet flame and looking to deeper examination, to harnessing. And then she's holding something here. Let me know if you're getting any hits off of that. There's so much going on in these paintings. And then these journey wings that we saw pulling from the new to full moon are coming back here in the bottom. I've never noticed that in this card before. Lastly, what is expect powerful change on the new moon eclipse, please? A new romantic cycle beginning. Wish big for Saggies. That is the biggest wishing moon of the year for Saggies, with being 2 signs after Libra, according to Moonology. Guess who's back? Our Mount Shasta. And there's that judgment of the horns of Archangel Gabriel sounding these horns. We had that come up too here on the spiritual view. That's our close encounters. Mount Shasta is a 37 card. That's a 10, which is a Wheel of Fortune. A change, expect powerful change. Wow. Crossed by judgment, like I just said with the horns, beyond the mind. You guys' energy is so strong. I can't even with this. Okay, I'll post this up. Do not be shocked, and please keep letting us know, guys, when you're watching we have so much every day of the week. There's something posted there for you. Please let us know when you're seeing these themes come up, and everybody's reading 7 days a week. Okay, we really appreciate your feedback, please, and thank you. Liz?
Angie, the song is by Europe.
Thank you.
Okay, but listen, one of the verses, where is it? Something like, oh, we're heading for Venus, and still we stand tall, because maybe they've seen us and welcome us all. Yeah, with so many light years to go and things to be found, I'm sure that we'll all miss her. So it's the final countdown. It's the final countdown. It's the final countdown.
Wow.
And it goes on.
I only know the
we're
horns.
leaving together. We're leaving together. The final countdown. We'll all miss her so. I was like, wow. I had to look it up.
And the
Sorry to interrupt.
the horns. Wow. So cool. Oh my gosh. I'm seeing the lotus, the butterfly, crescent moon with the dark on the right. So that means we're turning down the light. We're coming to this new moon, the realm bridger right after this third quarter moon. Wow. Realm bridger. Oh, there's DNA strands. There's sacred geometry here. Wow. Okay. That was a lot.
I do want to point out something astrological here, and it's something I've been meditating on, is that during this new moon, solar eclipse, solar eclipse, we do have Mars in the sign of Cancer, which it's not comfortable in, Venus in the sign of Scorpio, which it's not comfortable in. They're in a trine, and they're both in a trine to Saturn in Pisces. And so here you have these planets that are not very comfortable in the signs that they're in, but they're all trining each other and trying to work together, even though they're not in their strength place. So I've really kind of liked that energy, because I feel like, okay, now, and Saturn being doing the work and being the long-term answer, I think that to me is very, very strong energy of things that are going to be coming through, especially since we're starting new relationships with that new moon in Libra, that energy of now we know how to have a proper relationship and have proper boundaries, right? So really, I think it's worthwhile to dig into in the future this energy of this Libra new moon, because I think it's a real beginning point for a lot of people out there and how to move forward in the astrology and in their personal life and in their personal journey, all of those things as we're moving forward. So I just wanted to put that out there, because I found it very interesting that all of those planets are not in their most comfortable place, right? They're not in their place of strength, and they're like, okay, we're going to stick this out together, and we're going to get through this, right? So to me, that's a super important energy with this new moon in Libra about relationships, other people as well. But having that, we've learned the boundaries now. We've learned the boundaries because it's been working with us really, really strongly. But that's my take on that astrology part.
All that water having to flow in an uncomfortable place as you're drinking.
Did you hear about the floods
In
in
an
Poland?
uncomfortable place. Wow.
There's been some really significant floodings too that I just heard of yesterday. Poland and in Europe
Poland, Italy.
and maybe Florida. Here we go. Very
Yeah.
funny, not funny. Funny, not funny.
Right.
Okay, sorry.
Wow.
Okay, I think
Just
we're going to
wow,
swap
guys.
up the order. We're going to put Angie doing her personal read last. So, who would like to go next? Dawn?
I am ready because
All right.
I'll be answering questions for Rhoda. She asked for a reading. And so I had already asked my Cosmic Journey Oracle for some cards. And then as people were talking, it came out louder and louder that I didn't pull the tarot cards yet because I wanted to have Rhoda's energy up there with me. But this is kind of a message for everyone. The first card that came out was a number 11. Each revolutionary turn requires you to give up who you think you are. So to me, that is such a strong message coming forward. And I feel like all of these were for everyone. And the other, I'm laughing because all these cards are just like so loud. Starseed, number 8 card, Starseed. Yeah. So so much out there of what's going on. I think we are turning who we are into that higher starseed energy. And the very final one was a number 15 card. Fulfill your destiny as a cosmic change maker. I really feel that we are being called to really step up our energy and really be aware that we are in growth, that we're moving forward. And let's get some more cards. And I've been shuffling with you in mind, Rhoda. So let's get some cards specifically for Rhoda. I had a jumper here, 3 of Pentacles. This is, to me, always the energy of everyone can learn and work together in harmony. You have an apprentice, a journeyman, and a master, but they can all learn from each other. Let's see what else we have. I feel like, Rhoda, this especially is for you leveling up. This is definitely you being able to, I don't know if you even realize it. How do we say the eyes wide shut? You're not realizing this energy that you have is so strong and that it can take you anywhere. So let's see. Giving and receiving, 6 of Pentacles. For me, this card is all about giving and receiving energy equally. It used to be someone was having all the money and then they would deign to decide how much they were going to give to someone else. And I don't feel that's the energy going forward in the future. It's about an equal exchange of energy for people. And I think that's what you should be saying is look at how this matches, right? Look at this energy. Everyone is equal, whether you're a beginner, whether you're a master at something, this is equal energy. No one has that. There's that hierarchy is dissolving and it's disappearing. Neptune is dissolving all of that hierarchy, and Pluto is knocking the crap out of Capricorn right now to get rid of that hierarchy. And it's more about finding personal sovereignty. And this, I feel for you, Rhoda, is also your journey, finding your personal sovereignty that you deserve. Oh, look at this. King of Wands. Enjoying the journey, moving forward, being happy, dancing, music, laughter, and enjoyment. And then, there's a bunch of cards that came out. Sorry. Tower. Guess what? Everybody's going to get the Tower in the future because that's part of our part of what's going on in the collective. But the Tower doesn't have to be a bad thing. And for these star seeds that are out there, you people, it's actually going to be a quantum leap forward in your journey. So just embrace it. This is very much Uranus energy. You should embrace always Uranus energy. I have it in my 3rd house. It's at 28 degrees. And for me, it's always been, I've always just learned to you just go with it. And then you go down rabbit holes and it makes some super cool adventures. But you have to learn, it's like, you don't fear it. You just know that it's always coming for your greatest and highest good. So for me, that's a very strong, strong energy that is going through right now. Let me pull one more card for you in this energy. I just feel that there's demand equality. Demand that, you're not less than anybody else. You have to give up that old paradigm of being hard on yourself and being critical of yourself. And I think everybody needs to do that. So, okay. Hello, tribe. 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups energy. We are in this together, which is why I really, really super love this group. That we're strength together. We are support together. I love the total energy of the 7 of us all together and the different energies that we bring in. And I love all the energy that comes from our very amazing followers that are out there. So I will go ahead and pass this on. I'm not sure who's next, but that was a lovely read. And I think it really is saying a lot to everyone out there. So thanks, Rhoda.
All right. We have Elizabeth up next.
Yeah. Hi, I'm going to read for Jennifer. I hope you're still here. And this is so interesting, Peggy, because the 666 came out. All right. So, Jennifer, I'm curious how you're doing. It seems to be a lot about love. Maybe you've been friend zoned. The dog here is 18, which is 9. So, I feel like there's somewhat of an ending of a cycle here. But could be a lot of newness coming in. And let me just ask you, if this is about love, have you been friend zoned? And it's a message to also take care of yourself at this time. And then, interestingly enough, out came the heart, which is a 6. And the bees are around this. This really is about love, empathy, emotions, compassion, sweetness, affection, attachment. But is your heart filled, or are we having heartache? And then I got the lover's energy of 6, the muse. So Jennifer, I want you to know this is a time where I feel like something happened. This could be with a lover or a friend, but you're really coming into endings of cycles, not friend zoned, but we're going around. Okay, stick with me, because I see the end of the cycles, and I see you healing. And I want you to know it's emotional, that there's healing and growth and passion and creativity and joy coming in for you. I also got the energy around 9. Oh, Peggy, wait a minute. 666 is all about the emotional healing and growth. 9, the mirror of that, are the life lessons. I hope you guys are seeing that the way I'm seeing it. It is about realization and truth and expansion. And then I also got the energy around selfless. Now, let me double check. That one is so interconnected. It's loving and generous, giving back to the world, even though you have been wounded. I love that. You may feel withdrawn, a bit injured right now, but curious. And I think you're just going to come out of this with this energy of the muse. It can be set back a little bit, but not for long. And I love that for you. And then using Spirit Song Tarot, I got the Hermit, which is a 9, a 6, a 9. A lot of mirroring imaging going on here. Make sure that you reflect back all this beautiful positivity after you do some healing, and don't let anybody reflect back darkness. And this eclipse energy, it is about light and darkness, and this is about stepping back, taking care of yourself, finding your own inner light, and that will reverberate out in a wonderful way. And it is again about completion, wisdom from all of this. And then, interestingly enough, Well, actually, the 3 of feathers here, which is the 3 of swords. So I know there's still heartache going on. A repeating message of seeing the light in the darkness. This is about recovery and release. These are amazingly tied together, and I hope it helps you. And then lastly came in the Ace of Feathers, Ace of Swords. This is the truth. This is you getting your confidence back, understanding the truth, the wisdom, the clarity that you need, and moving forward with a lot of a strong foundation. So I hope that helped. It seemed quite interesting. So I am now, Jennifer, thank you too for being here. And Jen, take it over.
Yeah, we're going to pass it over to Marcia.
Oh, sorry.
Who has to unmute herself first. Okay, I am going to read for On Time for Tarot. Step right up, or have a seat, come sit at the table. So you had a question with regard to a connection with an Aries and whether or not that will, yes, move towards a committed relationship. I drew cards for you. I drew cards for the Aries and drew cards for the connection. I'm going to tell you first what is underneath. This is a time of the Hermit mode. So that Hermit card keeps coming out very strong. Underneath, what you don't see coming is you need to take the time for the inner reflection and guidance that's going to come up. Your energy on Time for Tarot, 10 of Swords. So listen, we've all been there. We've all been there. We've felt betrayed, stabbed in the back, exhausted, just done with it. And just this utter collapse of it. But as you've heard us all say, tens, hallelujah, it's the end of that exhausting cycle. The sun is rising again. The stars are shining. And that energy for you is clarified by hello, perseverance. Yes. This is the 9 of Wands. You've got some grit still in you here, and you're going to set some boundaries, okay? Because ultimately your opportunity is King of Cups, okay? Devoted, faithful, love energy that you want to shine out into the world and be supportive of others, okay? But you can't, I'm just going to say this now because it came through. You don't just leave this energy and bounce right into this. Okay. This may be your true nature, but you want to do the work to pull the swords out, let them go, drop them, do not carry them with you, set the boundaries with yourself. Okay. We've been saying shine the light in the dark. Okay. The energy of the Aries person, they've had a moment of clarity. This is King of Swords. This is Aquarian energy. So this is their head over their heart type of person for sure. High standards, very disciplined right now. Clarified by this 6 of Cups energy. So I don't know if this is you, if this is, if you all have had something that's longstanding, or if this Aries is someone from a past or a childhood connection in some way. The energy or the opportunity for them is Knight of Cups. So if this is moving forward, it's not moving forward very fast. And I will tell you in the energy how it shows up in the reading. There's movement away from the King of Cups, slowly. And what I just heard my guide say is that will be a painful march as long as you allow it to be, okay? You can allow this to get drawn out as long as you want to on Time for Tarot, but this is their energy, okay? You don't have to stay connected to that. The energy of the connection is in despair, okay? And this is both of you. It hurts on both sides. But I also fear isolation. And if that is in the connection for the two of you, do not take it forward. It has no place in where you're going. The despair and anxiety is clarified by this temperance card. So you've heard us talk about this season. Hermit came out for you. Temperance is Sagittarius time. The opportunity really here is to take this time, go in moderation, go inside, balance yourself, balance the elements that bring you joy, balance your beliefs, okay? In doing so, an opportunity for new love. Perhaps with this connection, but I just question that a little bit. This speaks to me of a new relationship. Okay. Once you clear out, and let the 9 and 10 of swords go by the wayside. In parting, I asked for some oracle cards from the Sacred Symbols deck. And what came out for you was focus. This is a 6 card. This immediately reminded me of that Sagittarius energy, that Sagittarius time. Go inward and focus. And underneath, use this as a spiritual cleansing. The leaving or cutting of this relationship, however it may leave or however it may go, because that's the energy I'm kind of feeling with it, it is for your spiritual cleansing. So celebrate that and give thanks for the gifts that it has left for your growth. Okay, I hope that's helpful.
All right. I am up next, and I have pulled for Spiritual Warrior. Where are we at? Okay. So I feel like the word restoration is the one that's coming to me the strongest for you right now. So you asked, is it the pull of the devil or the world? I'm not feeling like this is a bad thing. This pull that you're feeling is actually to bring in some healing from something from the past. So I pulled with the guides of the hidden realms, and I got another chance to be, reclamation, second chances, rebirth, emotional healing. Okay. Many species on our planet can naturally regenerate. An octopus restores a limb when injured. A dormant tree awakens in the spring with new leaves. Now you too are invited to experience the revival of something in your life. It may have been on hold, or something that you had to repair, or something that you thought was lost but now can be reborn in a new form. The universe is giving you the gift of a second chance. If the renewal is of a relationship, it can be a beautiful thing. After a challenge and disconnection, you now have a better understanding of each other's needs. Then you can make the conscious decisions to move forward and evolve together, perhaps with changes to the shape of the relationship. In any situation, the rebirth isn't something that you stand by and just watch. It will take some effort on your part, but the results will be more than worth it. Mistakes may have been made on your manifestation journey, but you learn from them and regroup. Now is the time to reclaim your faith, your vision, and your hope. No matter your question, a second chance is assured. And so with the tarot, I asked, well, what is the situation? And so we've got the 3 of Pentacles. And so this is something that you were working on. It was a collaboration, a project that you were doing with others, is getting a second chance to be restored. And it's something that you thought you weren't going to have this chance with. And the blessings at this time is the King of Cups. So I think this is your energy. This is the way that you're showing up, and this is the way that you're bringing this back together. You're using your emotional intelligence. You're understanding where people are coming from so that you can kind of bring everybody together cohesively. Your advice is the 4 of Wands. And so that is celebration. That's commitment. And so it is kind of bringing all of this back together. We're recommitting ourselves. And the bottom of the deck, we had the 10 of Pentacles. And so that's abundance, but I also connect this again with something from the past. This could even be connected with your family, something that a project related with your family. To close this out, I pulled from the Art of Manifestation Oracle. So I asked, what can you do to help bring your manifestation in? And we have forgiveness of others, and that is a 16 card. Forgiveness does not mean that something bad that happened to us was okay. Forgiveness means that we choose to move beyond the experience and to release any ongoing need for retribution. In doing so, we no longer need to keep the memory of what happened alive within us. The choice to reinstate our entitlement to be in charge of our own lives. And so there is forgiveness. I think that that's coming back to this King of Cups energy, just the emotional intelligence to just see where people were at the time when it didn't work the first time and how everyone has evolved from that point now. And it's just, it's a chance to really start over and do it right. All right. See, I hope that has resonated, and we are moving forward now with Angie.
Okay, guys, this is going to be, go ahead and put your numbers 1 through 9 in the comments, and it will be a reading of whatever needs to come out for you. Okay. And I just wanted to point out all the 3s, the 6s, and the 9s that everybody's pulled already, that Marcia talked about at the beginning, with the Tesla plate. And then kind of just like Dawn sparked our conversation with the blowing of the wishes, right? And then that just kept being a theme through. Those 6s were coming out like crazy for me on Saturday, and 3s yesterday. Liz had the 3 6s. She had the Lovers, which is a 6. The opposing number to that of the times that Jen and I mentioned, or as the 15 energy, right? So on the other side of fear. This is on the other side of fear, okay? And then just all that 3. And then I could not stop looking at Dawn's egg behind her. Is there a flippin' dragon coming out of that? Okay. So yesterday, I'm like, what is with all these dragons? So, and then you also mentioned, yes, oh my gosh. And look at, you said the strength. Right. And look at this deck with the strength card here. She is no longer resisting. She's patched up. She can still see her scars. She's still a little cloudy up in the top. She still feels a little blocked, but she's released and surrendered the need to know the answer. Okay. She's coming out of this egg. This is a new way of being, and it takes strength to do that. We have, and there's the lightning, all the lightning that we were, that of this storminess, right? You can choose how to use strength. It goes each way on that side of shadow. And look, this is the only card in the deck. There is an eclipse up there on this strength card. So I just find that wonderfully, terribly interesting. So let me scroll back here and check out these numbers. Just all the, like the 3s, the 6s, the 9s, like, oh my gosh. Okay. A 4 of the Emperor energy today. Let me see if anybody has pulled a 4. That would be CD. 2 of Pentacles in decision mode here at the bottom of the deck for you. So interesting thing about that card is her head is resting on her clavicle. So she's not using her voice. Her voice is somehow stifled. So that could be a theme for you, as well as in that strength card. There's a reason that I was pulling that energy and kind of focusing on that egg image of Dawn's there, because in that card as well, there's the clouds. Her voice is not yet spoken, but it is a surrender of, I don't need to know the outcome right now. I just need to be. Okay. Another 3 of Cups energy. Dawn pulled a couple 3s, and then she pulled the 6 of Pentacles as well. So, okay, 3 of Cups here, possible reunion, a celebration of some kind, moth to a flame burned by the fire. There's moths coming up out of this. It kind of looks like a cyclone, a whirling energy, but it's whirling up for you. Okay, but it does require surrender here, CD. What else, please? And thank you, Spirit. 3. This one. Sorry, and a little chunky. Yeah, this is a big asterisk lesson. Okay, and I love that the Hierophant energy here, the changes, Marcia was pulled the Temperance, which is a 14. The opposing energy, that was a 5, which is what the Hamza card was, that 5 energy. So we're going to say growth. Remember, growth. We're going to get rid of the word change and move it to growth. The 5 of the Hierophant, this is a pitch black woods, yet she is able to see. She has eyes in the back of her head. She has faces on the sides of her head. She sees all, and her mouth is still closed. She has the serpent of knowledge wrapped around that wand. And in that strength card, the snake was wrapped around her. Okay, remember, the more you fight, the more that snake is going to squeeze. Okay, but if you soften and surrender to what this knowledge is and just let it come, okay, we're going to be able to heal through that. The answers are coming. So not only Hierophant, the High Priestess energy here, she's at the top of the nest. I said swirling up. You're going to celebrate this knowledge. It was hard earned. You were in the dark for a long time, but know that it is taking you to a higher level. And those 5s in here, we have a 10, a double energy, the 10 of Wands, being able to look at those skeletons of the past. She's looking right at those skeletons, the burdens, okay, by looking at what is underneath the carpet, all those hermit energies, that self-examination. Libra with the bump. This is when we're going to excavate. This is when we're going to pull it back. This is when we set down the burden of not knowing. Okay, we don't have to actively seek this. It's going to come in for you here. As soon as you are able to look at the reflection, get in that hermit energy of that self-reflection. And then the 10 of Wands is, okay, there's the mirror there, just like in the hermit, self-examination, and setting this down, resetting to that new Ace of Wands and new action, a spark. And here's our King of Cups. Look at the darkness and the devastation all around him, yet he has not lost his heart. Okay, so no matter what has happened, whatever reason, this has brought you into alignment. The King of Cups, this is the environmental energy here. Even among devastation around you or anything that has crumbled, you've found a way to align heart and head. That's how our soul drives the Chariot energy. This is diplomacy. This is fairness. And the King of Cups is also hella intuitive. So if that is love energy coming in, you had to swirl up through this. Some kind of reunion, some kind of reunion, even with a lesson coming back around that is going to be celebrated. And you might have felt burned by that moth to a flame, burned by the fire. There's a lot of desire with this, like being burned by love feeling. But understand, as soon as you surrender and understand that, you can see in the dark. You're not blind. We're not helpless. It's just we aren't supposed to know some things sometimes. I've been seeing that a lot of just people repeating the same question over and over and over again. And that is the fastest way to delay what it is we want to know, because that's resistance. That is fighting that boa constrictor. I'm being eaten by a boa constrictor and I don't like it one bit. Oh no, he's gobbling my toe. Then it goes on up, right? That childhood, who is that? Shel Silverstein, A Light in the Attic is going to be lit up. You have to go through the dark. We have to stop asking why me. We have to stop asking what's going on with them. because there's just some things we're not supposed to know yet. And us continuing to ask the same repeated question not only delays your answer, it brings pain, right? It just causes us to still be like, this doesn't, I don't like it one bit. None of us do. It's not a fun feeling to excavate this crap, guys. But it will be done. The school bell is going to be ringing. This is a whole new era we're entering. And just know that lightness is around the corner. There's all this new growth because of the burdens that you've carried, CD. Okay. Know and understand your ability to lead yourself out of this energy, out of these 8 swords of the own prison of your own mind. 88 then turns, like I just said, into this knowledge of expertise. Where'd she go? She has a compass for feet. She's on a chessboard. It takes strategy. This is a long time of learning. She's doing a cross stitch there. That takes a long time and a lot of talent to learn and a lot of patience. It also takes surrender to things not being perfect. And we are perfectly imperfect. There are certain things we're not supposed to know, guys. So I would love for y'all and the spiritual view that if we feel kind of tortured by this same question repeating over and over, we're asking it every week. Can we release the expectation of needing to know the answer? Especially with just honing in. How many times have we been on here and all been with each other, and I've never noticed that cracked dragon shell behind her? It's not easy. Okay. You got this. I just got double chills again. It's coming as soon as you let it go. As soon as you let go of the need to know, then you'll know. Okay. I hope that helps you and everybody else too.
Yeah, that was beautiful, Angie. It reminds me too, if you stay the victim, that allows somebody to be a perpetrator.
I liked how you pointed out that sometimes we can't get the answers. Sometimes we just cannot have the answers yet. So even though we have all of our tricks around us to pull the answers from, there are certain things that we are just not meant to know until it's time to know it. So I love that you put that in there.
I do too, because I've had a lot of that energy around me, like why and when, and from me and other people. Okay, so with that in mind, something I should have done in the beginning, but let's take a deep breath, relax, ground ourselves so we can go on with a positive day. So everybody, I encourage you where you are, if you're driving, please don't do this. But sit, relax in your chair, put your feet on the floor. Let's take a few deep breaths. Feel it, fill your lungs into your abdomen. And just try to center and drop into your heart, settle your mind, and just come to that neutral place. Breathe again a little bit more. Okay, and I want you guys to bring your attention to the present moment. Notice the sensation you're feeling in your body and feel the breath and the sounds around you. And just let go of any thoughts in the past and the future and just be grateful for the day ahead. And starting from the top of your head and slowly down through your chakras, relaxing each part as you go. And do give thanks to your ancestors and your guardian angels, your spirit guides, our archangels and ascended masters, and God for a peaceful day, a wonderful week, and peace in your heart. And as you do this, please set intention, a positive intention for your day. Something like what I will approach today with patience and kindness. I'll stay focused and calm. And now just relax your body down to your feet. Breathe a few more times. Surround yourself in gratitude. Come back to your heart chakra. Feel a sense of calmness. Let it rise up to your third chakra and your crown so that you can feel that light that we all spoke of and that connection to the divine, and lead you in a peaceful, safe, happy day and week. With that, hello again. I hope that is helpful. I want to thank you all on behalf of everybody for being here. And do remember to comment for a chance for that free reading. And we will be back again Friday to announce that, to chat some more, to see how everyone is, and for more free readings for you here. And do look for our content this week. We'll be rolling it out. Much love, everybody. Thank you.